Okay, so here we are on Hunter Island.
Yeah.
We've gone probably about a quarter mile or so into the 2.5 mile loop, and we're at one of these many lookouts that pop off of the trail. We're looking at the Pelham Bay.
Yeah. I mean, you look at this landscape with the islands and the trees, and it reminds me more of like Maine or even like a Scandinavian type thing, where it's just like out into the water and little spits of land everywhere. And, you know, as Walt Whitman kind of said, but didn't really, New York contains multitudes.
Oh. This is one of the
This is one of the multitudes. Let's keep walking. Go back into the woods here. It's a fun little path that has lots of wooden bridges. Very excited to show off this one plank pass.
Yeah.
That's coming up in a little bit. This is very fun.
It's very fun.
We had mentioned earlier, Jesse's parents joined us this week. We had the opportunity to walk with them along this trail.
Yeah.
And it was the first time that we had an opportunity to walk it too, which was
Yeah, it was
nice.
fun to explore it together.
Yeah. That was the first time that they had joined us for a walk. First time we had seen them for any length of time since the pandemic started.
Yeah, they're not that far out of New York City, but with COVID, it makes it difficult for everyone to travel and the precautions and all, so it was really nice to see them.
Yeah. You can see now the trees. They're budding a little bit. Not quite as far along as I would expect, but I don't really have any frame of reference why I would think that. It just, compared to some of
the other stuff we've seen,
the other spots we've been, it seems like maybe it could be a little bit greener, but it's very cool to be here now. And
yeah.
I can only imagine what it's like in the summertime or the fall.
Oh, I bet it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I wonder if being right near the water like this has anything to do with the less green or later budding season. Or maybe it's just the type of trees.
Yeah. But it's fairly easy trail. I think a nice introduction to trails for kids too, if they live around here, might not always have the easiest access to nature, but something like this, you can go to the beach and hit this up on the same day.
Yeah, that's a cool trick that I feel like we don't get on the East Coast very often, the forest and the beach together.
Yeah.
Every time we enter a spot like this too, I mean, I feel like I've said it before, but it amazes me how much nature there is in our city.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope for people watching that are just here to enjoy New York City, they somehow searched for it. Maybe they didn't know that this was a component, or even people that live here and don't even know it's a component, you know?
Yeah.
It's great to be able to come out here and find this without too much effort.
It's true. I got a compliment on my shoes the other day from my barista, and I said thank you. Been doing a lot of walking, and he asked where, and our conversation ended up with him pulling out a notepad and me listing off my favorite parks in the city.
Oh my gosh.
Because, you know, he must live in that area. I don't know how long he's lived in New York, but he must live over in Bushwick. And I started listing some places, and he was like, hold on, I've never heard of any of these.
When was this? I didn't get to hear about that.
It was like sometime this last week.
Oh. Yeah, well, we have a new video now where our last guest, Layla, outlines her favorite parks, and
that's true.
There's definitely some alignment there.
That's a good place to look.
And a great opportunity to explore some spaces. I don't know which Which one do you say you like more, Van Cortlandt or this one? It might be hard
Me?
to compare. Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, I guess I feel like we managed to walk around Van Cortlandt a bit more and explore the different areas of it.
Yeah. Well, we had 2 weeks of Van Cortlandt, and now we're gonna have.
Yeah.
This is week 1 of 2. The route touches Pelham Bay
Right,
twice.
so I think we'll be able to see the other parts of it. I really haven't, I don't feel like I've seen that much more than this section.
Yeah.
Like we've just touched in the other sections, and I know that there's so much more to see of this park. So, I mean, I really love this, even if it was just this section, it would already kind of rival Van Cortlandt, but the part, I got to see the whole park of
Right.
Van Cortlandt, so I can't compare it yet.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Thank you. What about you?
I think this one.
Oh.
But I like Van Cortlandt too. I don't mean to disparage it in any way, but I do feel like this island setting really is something we haven't seen in a while, and nothing quite like this.
Yeah,
And that excites me to know that it exists.
that's fair.
Yeah. I think we're coming up on the spot that I was excited to
Oh,
share here. Let's see. It's interesting to have all these garbage cans available out in the middle of what feels like nature.
I know.
But it's good. It's better than having trash everywhere.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of trash on the trail too, but not that bad.
Yeah. Out into the reeds. Jessie's got her Blam jacket on today. Looking good.
Thank you. Part of our spring collection.
Part of the spring collection. I got my Journey jacket on.
I'm also
Not the
cheating
band.
a little bit. The hood is an extra because it was cold.
Yeah, a little colder today.
All right, here we are.
Here
These
we are.
boards.
So cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess in the summer it must be more like swampy and wet.
Yeah.
Or maybe not in the summer, maybe in the winter. I don't know. I feel like in some season, right? Although it's pretty muddy right now. I guess it rained a little yesterday.
Got to be careful we don't fall into the imaginary water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some
I
of
really
them
do
are a
wonder
little
if this grows
smushy.
taller or not.
What?
I really do wonder if this grows taller or not. What were you saying?
I was saying that some of these boards are a little smushy. Yeah, I don't know. Oh. Like as tall as these, do you think?
I wondered that, but probably not. If these are dead, then it would be the same thing out there.
Oh yeah. We'll have to come back and check it out.
That's right.
Oh, I
Oh.
thought that was a wild animal.
Yeah, me too.
I thought it was a deer at first, and then I was like, that's not a deer, what is it? It's just a dog. It might be a wild dog.
Wild dog. Well, I see some people,
think-
so
I think it belongs to those people.
yeah. You can see out further into the water here. Good, how are you? Oops. Wow.
Yeah, it's so cool out here.
Yeah. Looks like lower tide than when we were here previously. We could walk out to that land. Yesterday we couldn't, or the other day we were here, we could not do that.
I think it would still be tricky to walk out there, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be goopy.
Oh, but I guess there's like little stones and stuff that look like that.
Yeah, I wonder if somebody made that path.
Yeah. I actually didn't see, I take it back. I think it would be doable. I thought it was all that mucky part.
Yeah.
But there is actually a path right in the middle. It'll still be a little messy.
Yeah. Do you want to try?
Kind of.
All right, let's go.
I think it's going to be messy though.
Well,
We
we'll
might
find
turn
out.
around.
We might quickly run away.
Let's see.
You can see a little bit of what I've seen in other parts of the park. See these shells here?
Oh,
The shell beds?
Oh, wow, yeah.
And
Are those mussels or oysters?
those are mussels, I believe. But in other parts of the park, here's another good spot that's a little more illustrative. They're like really a big community of them.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Are
Which
they
is,
alive?
that's a good question. I believe they are.
And they're okay with just being exposed when the tide is low, I guess?
guess so.
I
I
hope
could
so,
be
too.
wrong, but I believe they are. Because that looks like, it's not like they washed up there. That's where
That looks like
they're
where they live.
choosing to be.
Yeah. Interesting.
It is a little soupy out here.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can make it.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, it's much stiffer out here. In fact, there's some tracks already.
Some what?
Some footprints. Somebody's been out
some
here
tracks.
recently. Whoop. Softer spot there.
Would this be called a sandbar?
That's a good question. I don't think so, but maybe. The way I think of a sandbar is a spot when you're swimming
That's like you
out
can
further
stand.
and all of
Yeah.
a sudden you can stand.
Yeah, that's what I think of too. Whoa, this is cool out here.
Yeah. What's this?
Dog toy.
Yeah.
Or one of those frisbees. Or not the football.
A Nerf football.
Yeah, Nerfy football.
Here comes the wind again.
The rock patterning is so pretty.
Yeah. Getting a little blowy.
Yeah.
Let's see.
David Blowie's back in town.
David Blowy. I think we've said that on the podcast before, but we expose ourselves to quite a lot of wind, and whenever it gets a little more intense, we refer to it as David Blowy.
Oops. Careful.
That's where we were, for some context. Across the way. And we can see up here, there's a bunch of little tiny houses on some of these islands.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're like boat pit stops or what. Ooh, the wind. Can see them off in the distance there.
Yeah, those look active over there, and then over to the
And then there's
right,
that one.
it looks like there's something that may or may not be active.
Yeah.
I don't know what
That one
is
straight
either.
noon for me, right over there when I'm pointing the camera. That looks cool too.
Oh yeah.
And then yeah, the one Jesse's referring to over
all the way
there.
out there.
Yeah, it looks like it's
All
almost
these structures look like they could possibly be
right.
still in use, but
Yeah.
I mean it's impossible to tell from out here. But
Yeah.
either way, I mean none of them are connected to the land. They're all boat only access, it looks
Yeah.
like. Which is kind of cool.
So that's the island trail, or a small section of it. I want to jump ahead now to a place Jessie hasn't been to yet.
Ooh, I know what's coming.
Yeah, there's an abandoned train station that our friend Layla recommended to us.
Mike went there the other day without me, and he's been teasing it the whole time.
That's right. So
I'm
now
excited.
we won't tease you for nearly as long.
No.
Let's jump ahead and go there
We'll
now.
see you over there.